And so I'm going to walk you through how this tool works and give you an overview really of the capability and functionality and what we should expect as you come and use these tools. This is just the beginning, and we're real excited to roll this out on 22 October. And so the first thing is it's a web-based, or smartphone-based. And if you don't have the smartphone, we want you to know that you can log into our website, scan this QR code, and actually go directly to the splash page where you can download the smartphone to your iPhone or your Android. After that, the map's easy to use, and so as you double-click, you zoom in, and then you can actually zoom out in a similar fashion. The most common use for this tool is that you know your loved one's name and you want to find exactly where they are in the cemetery, and so this tool allows you to do that. And what you see is I've searched Frank Buckles, and it shows me on the map exactly where his gravesite is. And so if I wanted to, I could get gravesite directions, turn-by-turn directions really on how to navigate to his gravesite, and also distance and time. In addition to that, I can also then log in and see not only a thumbnail of his headstone, but the full-size image, and download his image to my computer or to my smartphone. While it's great here, it really adds some perspective to the 150 years of burial records when I search a more common name. And so I'm searching the name Thomas, and I find a couple Thomases, and I can zoom in and see exactly where they are in the cemetery, and then obviously get the same directions to that gravesite. Some of the other features of this tool is, with so much history here at the cemetery, we want to allow people who come to the cemetery, whether they're loved ones, civic groups, or just the common visitor, to really understand the contribution of the American military and those service members who have gone on to do great things either in the military or for our nation. So we have a feature where we have some notable grave sites where we highlight different notable grave sites. And there's General Sheridan. And some of them have more stories about exactly their contribution to Arlington National Cemetery. Again, because everything is geospatially aware, we have directions built in throughout the tool so that you can make sure you take the quickest route to that point of interest. In addition to famous or notable individuals, we also have monuments and memorials that commemorate significant events in our nation's history. What we've built is a feature to really look at some of the notable grave sites, and again, because everything is mapped to 3-inch accuracy, we can allow you to get gravesite directions to each of those grave sites. In addition to the notable graves, there are monuments and memorials scattered throughout the cemetery that represent a significant period or event in our history, and so by really presenting that information to the family members, as they walk to some of the more common destinations in the cemetery, they can also see some of the other things that are significant about the cemetery that have made history through the years. And so by presenting this information to a visitor, they can really explore the cemetery, whether they're here in person or on the web, in a fashion where the information is more readily accessible. And then finally, in addition to monuments and memorials, we have notable trees where it used to take a joint or concurrent resolution, an act of Congress, as some may say, to get a plaque put in front of a tree. And so really wanted to allow people to see that hard work and get more details. And so you can see all of the plaques commemorating those organizations that did get that joint or concurrent resolution, that act of Congress, and where it is in the cemetery. So if you're looking for a specific plaque, you can now find it through the cemetery. This is just the beginning, and so with this information organized, we really hope to make this tool better and really improve upon all of the information being in this environment.